Hello and welcome to Book Club on the Go, the podcast where we explore one book at a time. Today, I would like to discuss one of the most thought-provoking books, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is a classic novel that has fascinated readers for over a century. In this essay, we will explore the themes, characters, and writing style of the novel and analyze its significance in literary history. First published in 1890, The Picture of Dorian Gray tells the story of a young man named Dorian Gray who is gifted with eternal youth and beauty. The novel explores the consequences of his decision to sell his soul in exchange for this gift, and how his pursuit of pleasure and hedonism leads to his downfall. One of the key themes of the novel is the danger of beauty and the obsession with youth. Dorian Gray's obsession with his own beauty and youth leads him to commit terrible acts and causes his downfall. In contrast, the character of Basil Hallward, the artist who paints Dorian's portrait, represents the danger of art and aestheticism. His obsession with beauty and art leads him to create the portrait that becomes the source of Dorian's corruption. Another important theme in the novel is the concept of morality and the conflict between good and evil. Dorian Gray struggles with his own morality throughout the novel, and his actions lead to the destruction of those around him. The novel raises questions about whether it is possible to live a life without moral responsibility and the consequences of such a life. The characters in the novel are also significant in understanding its themes and message. Dorian Gray is a complex character who starts out as an innocent and naive young man but becomes corrupted by his own beauty and the influence of others. Lord Henry Wotton, a hedonistic aristocrat, represents the dangers of indulging in pleasure and the pursuit of pleasure above all else. Basil Hallward, the artist, represents the dangers of artistic obsession and aestheticism. The writing style of The Picture of Dorian Gray is notable for its wit, irony, and social commentary. Oscar Wilde was known for his clever use of language and his ability to subvert Victorian social norms. The novel is full of memorable quotes and witty observations about society, art, and morality. One of the unique aspects of The Picture of Dorian Gray is the way in which it challenges the moral and social norms of Victorian society. Oscar Wilde was a controversial figure in his time, known for his flamboyant style and his unconventional lifestyle. The novel can be seen as a reflection of his own beliefs about the importance of beauty and art in society, and his rejection of the strict moral codes that governed Victorian life. At the same time, the novel can also be seen as a cautionary tale about the dangers of excess and the pursuit of pleasure. Dorian Gray's descent into madness and corruption serves as a warning about the consequences of giving in to our darkest desires and impulses. The novel's exploration of the relationship between art and life is also noteworthy. The portrait of Dorian Gray represents the artistic ideal, capturing the essence of his beauty and youth in a way that is impossible for real life. However, as Dorian becomes more corrupt, the portrait also reflects the true ugliness of his soul. This raises questions about the role of art in society and the responsibility of artists to reflect the truth, even when it is unpleasant. The Picture of Dorian Gray has had a significant impact on literary history and has inspired countless adaptations, from stage plays to films and TV shows. It has also been the subject of critical analysis and interpretation, with scholars examining the novel's themes and symbolism in depth. In conclusion, The Picture of Dorian Gray is a rich and complex novel that explores important themes about beauty, morality, and the dangers of excess. Its memorable characters, clever writing style, and challenge to Victorian social norms have made it a classic of English literature that continues to fascinate readers today. We hope you enjoyed our discussion. Remember, this podcast is all about exploring one book at a time. If you want to dive deeper and better understand the book, we recommend picking up a copy and reading it yourself. Make sure to tune in next week when we discuss another book. Remember to subscribe and review our podcast to help us reach more book lovers like you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until next time, stay curious.